What it is, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Come On Knows. I'm your favorite host, bringing you all the news, and your job is to let me know if it's factual or capital. Today, we have Joe Budden's podcast reacted to Doechii, a recently Grammy Award winner and trending Twitter artist, about her comment on an interview about straight men. Let's see what they're talking about, and let's get into it.
That was another reverse card. I wanted to just point that out.
But back to Doechii.
So she was doing it was like a Hot Ones challenge.
Hot Ones, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she was asked.
She did Hot Ones without Sean.
Yeah.
They've been doing that lately, though.
I'm not mad at it. That was Miss Milan. Shout out to Miss Milan.
They did it with SZA and them and Kiki for that movie as well. Same format. The same format.
Okay. Got it. Put you with somebody that you're.
Yeah.
Got it.
Got it. All right. So she did Hot Ones without Sean. Her and Miss Milan.
Shout out to Miss Milan, friend of the show. And she was asked a question about what would her red flag be. Mm-hmm. And she wrote the answer down, and she said, if the guy says he's a straight man, that's a red flag. And everybody was just up in arms.
For everybody who don't know, Doechii came on an interview, and someone asked her, what's her red flag? And she said, straight man. And now the whole Twitter platform wants her head. So that's why we're here today talking about it. Let's continue.
It's up in arms agenda and attack
Twitter
on this. And,
It's exhausting.
it was. So what do y'all got to say?
I stand with Doechii on that. You know what I mean? Not in the sense that I think
You don't like straight men either?
not my thing. Yeah, not my thing. No, she's entitled to have a flag for herself.
Sure.
And I felt like if she said like fuck all straight men, that's different, right? I felt like she was saying this is a red flag for me, and based on her experiences. Also, she's dated guys who are bi.
Yeah.
She's got a type.
And from what I understand, she herself is pretty sexually fluid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if that's your bag and those type of guys you want as well, then yeah, that might be a flag for her.
What was some of the criticism?
All right. I just want to say, if you guys continue down this route, I'm going to be against Doechii.
Go ahead. I'm on Doechii.
If y'all continue to be so adamant in your...
You got a 1v4 coming up, I think. I'm on Doechii's side, too.
I'm definitely
down.
on her side.
We all with Doechii.
I got to do it now, man. I got to do it.
Got to do it, Joe.
The criticisms, Mel, and I had some like private conversations about it. It was the choosing of the word red flag.
Okay.
And a lot of people feel like red flag doesn't.
Women don't know what red flag means.
Yes. That's really what it boiled down
that's
to.
The criticism.
That is a broad statement.
But that's what a lot of the that's what a lot of the criticism came from, because people were saying red flag means danger. So you're saying straight men are a danger.
This is
That's
like
not what red flag mean, no.
Well,
I don't think it does either.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily
A red
say,
flag is like just a sign that something is concerning. It doesn't be danger. Like for
knock it.
Hold on.
no.
Off.
Like if you go to a job interview and you show up an hour late, that's a red flag.
Look, the definition, because I had this conversation and I was with you. A red flag is used as a warning of danger.
But not physical danger is what I'm saying. For example,
Danger. It didn't say physical.
Right, but
of some danger.
So back to my point. This is a
So the
remake.
question is there a right way to use red flag? What's the correct way to use red flag? In my opinion, when someone says that's a red flag, that means you're attacking a part of their character that you don't like, so you want to stay away from it. So it does mean danger. It means stay away, like, you cool, but you know, homie, you ain't all that cool. Like, I always thought red flag pertained to people's, something that you don't like about their character. Like if you run to a girl and she's too selfish, she's too conceited, someone who's disorganized, somebody who's irresponsible, those are red flags. But I never heard anybody use red flags to address preference. Like, you might like Doritos and someone say, oh, that's a red flag. Like, are we just now red flagging everything, or does red flag pertain to, characteristics or personality traits rather than preference? That's a question for y'all. Let me know if that's factual or capital.
This is a remix, not to bring it up again, of that stupid fucking bear question.
It kind of is.
It is.
It kind of is.
This is a remix of that. One, if Doechii is fluid, which she is, to my knowledge, she don't date straight men. So if you're asking somebody what is a red flag in the people that you date, and you respond with people that you don't date, then what is the point of that other than to be divisive and to offend?
Because you try
or to warrant some type of attention.
And this is where I took her side. I just think it was misinterpreted. I think she treated red flag as what is something you see that makes you say, "Oh, nah, I'm good."
Yeah, exactly.
That's how people use red flag.
That's what a red flag. So to her, so let's say Doechii like to do some things with her dude that a straight man might not be okay with.
Like,
use your imagination. Don't you do it?
But we don't even have to do that. She allegedly, because I can't speak to nobody's sex business, don't date straight men.
Cool. What I'm saying is,
she might have even said that up here.
I feel like she did.
She
but I
did.
could be
She
wrong.
did.
Yeah.
So, something like that.
So then, what the fuck is she talking about straight men for?
Because if she is, if she's on a date with a guy,
hold on, let me land first. Which is fucked up because Mark and people speak a lot about representation and how it's important to be represented in certain spaces. So when we have Doechii up here, and when we see Doechii getting these awards, and when we see her winning, like, straight black men feel represented also. Like, they can identify with that.
That's fine. We still feel represented.
So there's really no point in whoever is carrying the baton for you, let them carry the baton.
So you say
whether they fucking Asian, whether they gay, whether they transgender, is no reason to pinpoint anybody who not only you're representing but who's carrying the baton for you.
So you feel
and say red flag, danger.
So you feel like that was her alienating a certain portion of her fan base just by saying something like that.
I mean,
I think it's blown out of proportion, dog.
I absolutely
honestly,
do.
I think Doechii was just literally saying,
I think she was being
like, if she's on a first date with a guy and the guy says, or she just meets a guy, get a guy number or something, and y'all get to talking, and he lets her know he's a straight man. I'm good.
I also think
I don't know, y'all. What y'all think? I don't know. I feel like I low key want to say there's a hidden agenda in what Doechii did, only because it's kind of like when someone asks you what you don't like in somebody, you don't make general statements or you don't make very, you don't say things that's so generalized. You be more specific towards what you don't like. If someone asks me, "Oh, come on, what is your red flag in a girl?" And let's say for some odd reason, I don't date BLK women. I do, but let's say I don't. And then I get on here and I say my red flag is BLK woman. And let's say everybody knows that I don't date BLK woman. Why would I get on here and say that's my red flag? What they're really asking me is, come on, what is a particular trait in a girl that you don't like? Not what's your preference. What is a particular trait? Because I could preference other cultures and races, but don't mean I'm going to choose anybody because they're the opposite race of me. There got to be something in there that I like or dislike. So that's what the question that was being asked. I think Doechii just missed the whole question. What is a red flag for you in men? Straight men. What? That's too broad. Like, you want to be, is it guys that, have sex with a lot of different women? Is it guys who are too critical on women? Like, what is the specific meaning of it? Like, I just felt like her answer was too generalized. I agree with Joe. I feel like it was very unnecessary, especially when everybody knows your sexuality. Everybody knows you're bisexual. So what's the point of, stating it out even more and being more specific about the red flag? It almost sounds like you have an agenda because how far you're pushing it. So I can see it from that angle.
Especially,
and I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
I think it's a little
type of nigga she like.
That's what I'm saying. I think there's a lot of performance.
All right, so y'all pulling out
and
every excuse in her.
No.
She don't know what red flag mean. She's joking. And what's the other one y'all said?
See, I'm saying I do think she know what red flag mean. I think she's using the way most people use it. I think that she has a type, and I think it's okay to say that when I meet somebody who's not that thing, that's a flag for me. For example,
but wait, that's exactly where we're having the disagreement here.
Right.
If somebody asks me, "Hey, what's a red flag for you in your dating?" and I say, "Gay women."
I get you.
Then I can't act surprised when the gay women say,
Wait.
No, but here's the
that be
difference.
a red flag for you?
What'd you say?
No, it wouldn't
Wouldn't
be.
that be
I
a
see
red
his
flag
point.
for you?
It wouldn't be a red flag because
She doesn't like men.
But
That's not the point.
I get what he's saying. He's saying obviously if this whole sort is something you don't deal with, then saying that they're a red flag just alienates them because that's not your type. I mean, that's not your
Right.
thing. I hear that. What I'm saying.
Like I'm saying, like you're going over the board to make a point about something when it's kind of like we already know that you probably don't prefer men. But what exactly in a man do you not like? You see what I'm saying? Being a straight man is like that's too general. Like what else do you not like? Men who iron their clothes too much. Like come on, bro. So that's where I feel Joe's going with, and I think it's going over everybody else's head right now.
Thing is, I don't operate
So
from
lost.
the premise that she doesn't date any straight men. I think based on all the interviews I've seen, she dates men, and she does not have a problem dating bisexual men. And I think that there's a certain thing she wants in men, what emotionally, physically, sexually, whatever, that she tends to find in men who are not straight. And so the red flag for her comes when she meets a dude who's straight.
I would like somebody who's potentially the female rapper that's gonna fucking carry the next however many years with all the success, and she's extremely talented.
Yeah.
To not be on some hey, let's divide the people and straight men are the red flag and yada yada.
For her,
I do not think that I do not think that
I'm not saying that.
and I'm
but that is how it came off.
Okay, so
Okay.
Joe, if you like threesomes all the time, all you wanted was threesomes, right? Whoever you with, they got to be down with threesomes, right? And somebody said, "What's a red flag for you?" And they said, "A straight girl." Would that be alienating straight women? You want a girl who's bisexual?
Who's with the shits?
Yeah, it's no different.
it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Oh, I don't see it that way at all.
All we did was switch the gender.
I don't see it that way at all.
Then that's all you got to do sometimes for it to
Touche.
not exactly
Touche.
for it to just suddenly
I hear you, Touche. I don't see it.
reverse.
I don't see it that way at all. And again, I'm not making a big deal out of this, but it became a big deal because, yeah, that's
Because
how
it became a big deal because the people that did not fit her type, preference, whatever you want to call it, were the ones offended.
Age-old Twitterism.
And that's always what happens.
Yeah.
You can sit there and say, a woman could say, I don't like short men. You know who's going to get mad? Short men. Even if they don't like her.
right.
Even if they don't give a, even if they were
1000%.
never checking for her, they're mad because they're alienated out of something they never wanted.
She seems to get a particular rise out of people on Twitter too, for some reason.
Because
They hate
a
her.
lot of it ties back to who she's with. The label.
the TDE part. Okay, gotcha.
So there's that going on, and then there's people can't understand, and I'm tired of the whole industry plant thing. Doechii's been working for years.
Yeah.
Facts.
Like an industry plant is somebody that popped up yesterday that nobody knew who they were, and they're
I ain't know
getting
it.
every look in the world, and like she's been working.
Fuck, don't make me be on the other side of this one.
Don't.
Be on the other side of it.
And then,
Rock out.
and then at the same time, I'm quick to offer somebody grace when they have newly been thrust into like the upper echelon of fame. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not always going to have, to say the right thing. You're not a fucking robot. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to say something and you're being cheeky and facetious. And then all of a sudden the internet's coming after you and you're like, wait, hold on 1 second here. I just like a lot of butt play with, in my sex life. And straight guys tend not to fucking like that. That's why it's a red flag for me because I really like butt play.
I also imagine as bisexuals, being with other bisexuals is probably a little easier because you can understand each other's shit.
I think that was what she was leading to, and this was just like a shortcut in terms of explaining that is her preference.
Because like you said, it's a playful show, and she didn't want to get into all the
So
specifics.
could we say that too? I could agree with that. I agree that maybe she's on the show, she's trying to be entertaining, and she's trying to throw jabs, but she's not really trying to throw a jab. She's just throwing a little light, playful jab, and she probably didn't really think about what she was really saying. I could see that part. She probably meant that she don't like macho men, like guys who have too much masculinity and are not open, whatever, to what she's trying to open them up to do. You see what I'm saying? That's between her. But she could be saying that. So I'll give her the benefit of the doubt in saying that she probably made a joke that wasn't, really that funny. You see what I'm saying? So I think that's what it came down to. Because if I would have come on that show, or another BLK man would have come on and say, my red flag is BLK woman. Everyone gonna be like, what? What he just said? When I should be saying, I don't prefer girls a red flag is a girl who always, I don't know, too full of herself, too into her emotions, only thinks about herself. You know what I'm saying? A girl who has too many dogs. All that's more, Pacific. Other than saying BLK woman, you gonna start a war.
A butt play.
Well, that's not true because Miss Milan said, "Oh, I was gonna say men for you." So it ain't just they both sitting there jokey. It's a playful show. It's no, me and my fucking bestie are like-minded when it comes to this area, at least, and because Miss Milan was supposed to guess for her. So yeah, my best friend knows where I stand on this, and I would have loved to have heard the actual answer to the question. Hey, what is a red flag in the people that you date? That was the first thing I asked her when she came here. Hey, that verse on the album where you were dating the bisexual dude and then you went through his phone and saw that he was with
down.
That's intriguing.
It is.
You don't need to insert straight guys in this. Just be intriguing. But there is a thing. I'm not jumping on it because it's going to make me seem like one of them niggas that I'm not. But there is a thing of straight men feeling like there's the erasure of them from television and from yada, yada, yada. That is a thing. It's not a Joe Budden thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
And I'm not saying that I'm enforcing that.
Because it's crazy.
But
I mean, part of communication is knowing how you come off.
Sure.
That's true.
Part of communication is knowing how you come off.
I'm just saying,
That's it.
straight males.
I end with that.
Fair enough. I'll leave it there.
Yeah, I end with that.
the old preference argument
That's it.
really
That's it.
gets people hot.
So there goes that. My last statement, and I want you guys to help me out and comment and tell me what you think about it is, especially in the BLK men community, a lot of us feel that whenever we're displayed on TV or in movies or just in social media or just to get hit a certain level, we always feel like the highly masculine BLK men are always downplayed, and society doesn't want to see us like that because we're a problem. So they try to demasculate us in any form or shape possible, and I think that's what the problem is, especially with the BLK men community, is that we feel demasculated, and then for a dark skin at most woman to come on and say something like that, I guess majority of that group of men feel that that they're being targeted. So it's a sensitive topic, and I think a part of me want to say Doechii knows what she was doing. She knows what she was doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't think she didn't know, because you have to know what's going on, especially if you're somebody who's bisexual. You know the war that's going on between straight BLK men and then the industry and society. See what I'm saying? But for you to come in and just say that you don't like them, what you expect? It's like you poking a bear. So that's my input on that. Y'all let me know if that's factual or capital.